In this video, we're going to tell you everything you need to know about living in and around Marietta, and we're going to do it on the computer on the map. That way you can see the proximity to like downtown Atlanta, the airport, different proximity to other areas, and really see like what it would be like to live here before you get here. And if you stick around to the very end, then we'll go over a market report so you can get some like census data, get a feel for the real estate market, maybe incomes and home values and things of that nature. And we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Atlanta, Georgia, or in this case, Marietta, well then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current conditions of the real estate market here in Atlanta. My name's Denny. The team and I get calls each and every day from people just like you looking for help in making the move to Atlanta, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, schedule a Zoom, and we'd be happy to help you make it a smooth move to Atlanta, or in this instance, Marietta. As I mentioned, we're going to give you a tour of the area on the computer, so let's dive into the map right now. All right, so we're here in Marietta, and what I always like to do is, what is that, indoor, you can go skydiving inside right there. This is 285 and 75, but the way I always like to start is to really like give you what is considered Marietta, like the city, like whatever the city center is when you type it into Google Maps. So you can see I have Marietta, Georgia in here, and if I zoom out a little bit, I'll give you the proximity to Atlanta. So here is that Marietta that comes up, and then this is Interstate 75. And it goes into Atlanta, down through the middle, and then down towards Macon. And then if you went north from Marietta, this actually goes up towards Nashville. Here is what we call the perimeter of Atlanta. It's 285, Interstate 285, that goes all the way around. And so this is what we call inside the perimeter. And so here you have Vinings and Smyrna. We've done a bunch of vlogs on all these areas, Smyrna. And then here you have Marietta. And so from Marietta, let me go back to my mouse. From Marietta down to like the airport. It's called Hartsfield, by the way. Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Currently, and it is Tuesday afternoon. What time is it? Around 2:15. And so there's a little bit of traffic, not a ton of traffic, but you can see almost like going through the city, or if you were to go here and then get on 285 and go around the perimeter, both of those are very similar in terms of their commute. So about 37 minutes, and that's got a little bit of traffic downtown and probably a little bit around the perimeter too. So about 37 minutes. So it could be a little bit faster, take a little bit longer, depending on what part of Marietta you live in, as well as how far or what the traffic's like, what time of day you go. And so that's proximity from Marietta down to the airport, just into the city, city center. That's going to be a little bit faster. So you're talking about 25 minutes at the moment. 26 minutes at the moment. So again, all of this is just to give you a little general perspective. And let's get into Atlanta. I do want to point out though, that if I go back and kill all the directions and just show you Marietta, this is what they consider Marietta. But actually, if you look at all of the zip codes, and these are the primary zip codes in Marietta, you have on the west side, if I go back to my spotlight, on the west side, here's 75 right here. So on the west side, you have 30064, 30066, and 30008. And then on the east side, you have 30066, 30062, 68, and 67. So 62, 66, 67, 68. And then anytime anyone refers to an area called East Cobb, which we're going to talk about a little bit, as you can see, they're really mostly talking about this area right here, 6.2 and 6.8. And you can kind of see under here where it says East Cobb right there. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that, but it's a little bit deceptive if you just type in Marietta, because you get this kind of city center. You don't really get the broader perspective of all of these zip codes. And so those are the Marietta zip codes. And I'll go ahead and mention it, or talk about it since I mentioned it. We talked about East Cobb. Well, if first of all, East Cobb is a really affluent area of Marietta, and so there's a lot of wealth and some really great schools. But if you are have a kid or family, or if you're into youth baseball, East Cobb baseball is some of the best in the country, as you can see, going all the way back to 1985, where they had a World Series championship. It's almost every single year, 85, 6, 7, 8, then 91, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And so in all different age groups, some of the best baseball, youth baseball in the world is played right here in East Cobb. So it should be no surprise if I zoom out a little bit that you will find right here, this is the Marietta area. And then right here at like 285 and 75 is Truist Park. And so Truist Park is where the Atlanta Braves, is where the Atlanta Braves moved their stadium. So until about a few years ago, the Atlanta Braves, their stadium was in Fulton County in the city of Atlanta, south of Interstate I-20, which runs east to west. And now it is in Cobb County in the very northwest corner of the metro, just around the perimeter. So this is just a picture of what's going on in Truist Park. And obviously the Atlanta Braves, well, maybe it's not so obvious to you if you're not a big baseball fan, but the Braves won the World Series this year. So not only has the youth sports in East Cobb, youth baseball in East Cobb won a bunch of World Series, the Braves have finally won another World Series. This is a bigger view. And then they're also in this area. So that's the park, but you see it says the Battery. So the Battery, Atlanta. So it shifts a little bit, but I'll give you some pictures. It's going to show the park from the outside, but as you can see, you've got all kinds of, this is El Felix, spotlight down here. So this is a El Felix restaurant. What's that called? Something social. That's going to drive me crazy. I'm having a brain fart. But Goldberg's, but all along here, you've got restaurants, boutiques, and that kind of stuff, bars and nightlife. Whenever people leave the stadium, it just kind of pours into these big places for entertainment. But here, that you see, there's a bunch of residential there as well. So apartments, condos, and hotels. If I keep on, let me get through a few more of these. Conference center, a bunch of restaurants, Punch Bowl Social. I knew it would come to me. Well, it didn't. I finally saw it. But there's a bunch of commercial in there too. So a lot of office buildings. There's a Spaces, which is a co-working spot that's really nice. And so the Battery, I think, was $650 million or something was the investment into that area. So youth sports in East Cobb are huge. The Atlanta Braves moved from in town out there to Cobb County, county. And it's kind of in this little piece where Marietta, Smyrna, and Vinings all collide. So if I'll go back out here and zoom out of the map, show you what I'm talking about. And then I'll show you around town. So if I do this, Marietta is up this way, and then let me zoom out a little bit more. Here we go. Here you see Marietta up here, and then down, and here is where we were at for Truist, or for, yeah, Truist and the Battery. And here you see Vinings, and here you see Smyrna. And so this is 285, 75 goes up here. One of the large employers in the area is called Dobbins Air Force Base. So there's, and it's a reserve base. Here it is right here. And so there'll be a lot of, you know, veterans that live in the area that are in the reserves. And so, yeah, I think it's one of the largest reserve specific bases in the country. When the president, any of them fly in, they usually fly in there to that Air Force base. So that's Dobbins. It's a large employer. And then you also have Wellstar. I think actually, if I zoom out, look at all the Wellstars, there's probably a lot of them. If I just don't pick one. Yeah, they're all over. But this Wellstar Healthcare is going to be a really big employer in this, in the Marietta area. So you have Wellstar, you have Dobbins Air Force Base. Those are really big attractions. You have youth baseball over in East Cobb. One of the top ranked high schools in the country is called Walton, and it's also right here in the East Cobb Marietta area. That's 30062. I think it's one of the top 10 maybe charter schools in the country, but Walton's a highly rated high school. So real estate values in that area are obviously really, really good. They hold their value. Ups and downs are always going to happen in the real estate market, but that's a very highly sought after school district. And so it's a great place to own real estate. A lot of the high schools, if we just looked at top Marietta, and let's do high schools. You're going to see Wheeler is one. Usually, I guess, yeah, Walton, Lassiter, Pope. Pope is so Pope is number 3, Lassiter number 2, Walton number 1, Harris. These top 3 are going to be, you know, top ranked national high schools. And so Cobb County's got really great school systems as well. And then there's, if you love the outdoors, it's a great place to live as well, because parts of Kennesaw Mountain are in Kennesaw Mountain. That's in Kennesaw, which is just north. But as you can see, it goes all this range all the way down here through here and through here. And Marietta is just right here. So Kennesaw, you can see the city center there, but Kennesaw and Marietta, they border each other right about there somewhere. But this Kennesaw Mountain is really great outdoors. You can tell, huge park. The youth sports, outdoor activities, parks and recreation, all of that across Marietta is going to be big. And Marietta is a huge area in general. It covers a lot of ground. So let's go back over to here. I'll just zoom out and if you're looking at some of our other vlogs and you'd like a just perspective based on like proximity and where Marietta is at relative to other stuff. Here you have Marietta. And again, just to recap, here's that perimeter around Atlanta. And so 75 comes up here northwest, 85 goes northeast, and then you can see Georgia 400 goes straight up the north. And so some of the top suburbs in Atlanta are going to be Alpharetta. Marietta's in the top, you know, number 1, if not the top 3 for sure, but Alpharetta is going to be number 1 in the top 3. Marietta, Alpharetta, and then some others that are really highly rated, Roswell, Sandy Springs, Johns Creek is over here. If you go north a little bit, Woodstock, like you probably don't want to commute from Woodstock all the way down here into the city, but Woodstock is a really great up and coming area with a vibrant kind of a downtown feel. Roswell has an historic downtown feel. I can't believe I almost missed that. Let me zoom in here in the Marietta Square, which this is really the historic downtown Marietta. And so that is the square itself. If I zoom in a little bit, and you can see all around the square, this is the square here, but all around here, you're going to get restaurants and boutiques and bars, and you're going to get commercial and residential. Now, there's not a ton of residential that's super close, and all of the real estate that's close to downtown Marietta is going to be like any real estate near a downtown area. It's going to be more valuable than stuff that's further out. And so as you get further out away from this square, you'll start to see more single family homes, more residential. And then if the further out you go, like this, then, you know, out here to the west and even over here to the east, you're going to get, on the west specifically, you're going to get more bang for your buck. The property values are going to be lower and you're going to be able to get more house for your money. Over here, East Cobb, like I said, we've got some really affluent areas. So real estate prices are above average in these areas, but still plenty of opportunity throughout. And then as you can see down here on the bottom, it kind of borders this Chattahoochee River. Oh, well, that zoomed all the way out. It comes right through this area of Marietta, and I'll highlight it for you really quick, but right here, it weaves in and down. And so there's some really great, like this Chattahoochee plantation and overlook. As you can see, there's lots of green space, lots of outdoor activities as well. So where was I? Let me back up before the square. And again, you can see that if you live here in Woodstock, it's got a nice little downtown area. Alpharetta has a great downtown area. Roswell and Marietta have like historic downtowns. Alpharetta, Woodstock, those are more like new, up and coming. Same thing. Sandy Springs is very old, well established, a great suburb, but the downtown area that they've tried to establish is actually fairly new. Dunwoody's is older and historic. So it really depends on what kind of feel that you're looking for. And then one of the other cool things about Marietta outside of the mountain is that you're right up here close to Lake Altoona, which is a great place if you're into lake life and you want to have a boat or you want access to water sports. And then I even highlighted up here, I'm doing a vlog on Cartersville, but if you head up 75 this way, there's this really cool thing if you're into water sports called oh, that's gonna drive me this lake. It's Terminus. Lake Point is sports. Terminus Water Park is right up here to the north. Isn't this cool? This is like wakeboarding and skiing and all kind of water sports. And they even have volleyball courts out there. They're off to the left of this picture, but volleyball courts. And then it borders a big sports complex called Lake Point Sports. And I almost forgot the Big Chicken, which is like a worldwide phenomenon. It's a landmark. Look at this huge Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's 56 feet high. And so if you're in the world famous chicken, if you're in the area, oftentimes when giving directions, people will refer to the Big Chicken, whether it's north, south, east, or west of the Big Chicken. And so the Big Chicken is right here on 41 and Roswell Street. I will zoom out a little bit so you can get a perspective. All right, there you have it. So up 75, north of Dobbins Air Force Base. Life University is a chiropractic university, very popular. I have lots of friends and there are lots of chiropractors who have a great school who have graduated from there. And the Big Chicken is just north of that. So no tour of Marietta would be complete without the Big Chicken. So that's, I think I've hit all the highlights for Marietta. Let me stop sharing this. Marietta is one of the, like I said, is for sure in the top three. I'm more partial to Alpharetta, which is, I live in the Alpharetta Cumming area. I used to live in Marietta when I was much, much younger. So I'm very familiar with both markets, and it's, we do a ton of business over in Marietta, but I love the Marietta area. One, if you're into historic downtown kind of feel, you're going to get the Marietta Square. If you are into youth sports and baseball's your thing, like their East Cobb baseball is second to none. If you want close proximity to the Atlanta Braves and the Battery and everything that's going on there, that's really great. If you want really good schools, and the taxes are going to be lower in Cobb County than like a Fulton County, which Alpharetta is in Fulton County. Taxes are going to be a little bit lower. There's lots of great employers of Dobbins Air Force Base. You have Wellstar, the hospital system, and then you're going to have everything from like a cool downtown vibe to you could get more land and get more rural. Again, great school systems. I think I said that. So Marietta is for sure a great place to live. If you have any questions, as usual, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We can hop on the Zoom. Or if you live in Marietta, you're from Marietta, or I missed something about Marietta, we always welcome your feedback. You can drop that in the comments below. I'm sure anybody watching would be appreciative of that feedback as well. And until next time, I hope to see you on another episode.